international sound.
Go!
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Asanda Makaka, the modern clever himself. Unchingile, umsuthi, ehlubelihle noba lihlambanga. Amnaxhala kodwa nihlambile namhlanje. And welcome to the journey. Listen, Mamela, what a weekend. What a weekend that we come from. What a weekend it was that other weekend for Omeza, those ones. Look, let's tell the truth. Whenever I'm here in Ipagani Alwinile, I talk about it. I'm like, Ipagani Alwinile, and it's fun times. And I need to be honest. When Ipagani Aluzile, I need to come back here again and say Ipagani Aluzi. Last weekend, what an upset. We didn't expect that as a Mapagania, that's number one. And congratulations to Omeza, by the way. After 9 years. Yes. 9 years. And they finally have a cup. They finally have a trophy. Congratulations, Omeza. We're proud of you guys, man. At the end of the day, you're Omeza, man. So if you guys look good, we also look good. It's fine. It means we are teaching you a couple of things. And something else that's been on my mind for this week, our coach is gone, guys. Coach Orlando Pirates is gone. Who's going to coach Ipagani? Hey, I wonder. Let me know what you think, actually. I wanna know about this. Let me know what you think. You can even tell me later. You can tell me now on the show. Our number is 066-137-2723. I'll repeat that. It's 066-137-2723. Tell me, what do you think? Who do you think is going to coach Ipagani in the near future? Who do you think, in fact, now, sign a contract with Okia Sharp, under the dotted line, it's going to be that one? My money is on the legendary Mr. Pitso Musima. That's where my money is. I don't know what other people think. Let me know what you think. By the way, you can tune into the show on YouTube, Keith Ngesi Radio, on Facebook, Keith Ngesi Radio. Download our app as well, Keith Ngesi Radio, or you can just tune in online at www.keithngesiradio.com. And let me know who you think is going to coach Ipagani. But yeah, no, man, today is not about Ipagani. Today is about our journeys again. I told myself that we'll have some time to ourselves. We'll have one-on-ones, if I can call them that, where we just reflect on our own journeys. Like I said, it's been a matter of we've been looking at other people's journeys for so long. Now it's time for us to reflect on our own journeys. And today what I wanted to talk about is, number one, how far have you come in your own journey? Like it's a Sunday. And starting from tomorrow until Friday, some people even after Friday, it's going to be a busy, just everything is going to be busy. So I want us to pause and just sit down and think. Just put everything down and just sit down with yourself. Well, sit down with us. Yeah, not you one. Sit down with us and just reflect on your own journey. How far have you come? Where you are right now? And where you think you're going? I don't want to say where you're going. You don't know where you're going. But where do you think you're going? And I think what determines where you think you're going is the effort that you're putting in right now. We've spoken about the past before. Those who were not part of that show, you can go back and watch it again on YouTube and Facebook. We keep it there for you. You can go back and just be part of that show. And then we've spoken about where you are right now. We've also spoken about that. Tonight is about where we think we're going. I'm very curious to know where you think your journey is taking you. There's one thing that we do a lot as people, and I think we don't really look at those things. We have this tendency of thinking that, okay, Sharp, I know where I'm going, but the problem is I can't see where I'm going. I don't know if you understand me there. You have a dream, right? And your dream is, listen, I want to be a certain somebody at a certain age, or even if there's no age, I just want to be something, or I want to be someone like this in the near future or in the far future. Sharp, no problem. But here's a problem. Something that causes doubt in a lot of us is the fact that you can't really see where you're going. All I can see is what's in front of me right now. And that's it. And that's where we get it wrong. That is where we get it wrong, all of us. And one of this thing is like when you're driving. If I'm driving after the show, I'm going to be driving home. If I'm driving to Kunubi, I know I'm driving to Kunubi after the show. I know I'm going to Kunubi. I know where it is, right? But as soon as I step out of the studio and I get into the car, I can't see Kunubi. But that does not mean I'm not going to Kunubi. That's why we usually lose the plot, because you can't see the end of your journey, or you can't see your achievements as yet. And like, okay, sharp, I've achieved A, B, and C. Because you can't see those things, you have this mindset of they're not going to happen. Listen, all I need when I'm driving from where I am to Ekunubi at home, I just need to see 100 meters in front of me. That's all I need to see. I already know where I'm going. The fact that I can only see 100 meters in front of me does not mean I'm not going to get to Kunubi. The fact that I can't see Kunubi as I'm driving, it does not mean I'm not going to get to Kunubi. But the problem is we do this thing to ourselves where you're like, Asanda, I can't see you being a millionaire. Like I can't see it there. All I can see is you now with the 5 rand a bank, and that's it. You're not looking at the fact that every Sunday you're sitting here and you have a show and you're touching lives. You're not looking at the fact that every month end you're getting paid where you work. You're not looking at the fact that every fortnight you're getting paid where you work. You're only looking at what you cannot see, and you are ignoring what you can see. And what you can see is the most important. It's more important than what you cannot see. The other one, it's already there. It's guaranteed. But you just need to focus on this one. And that's where we miss it. That's really where we miss it. I remember when for those who don't know, I was nominated for an award last year. And it was my first nomination for a radio award. I was excited about it. When there, and I was confident. I'm like, you know what? This one is going to happen. I was really confident. And then I didn't get the award. But surprisingly, after it was announced, I didn't feel sad. I was actually proud of myself, right? I was there with my cousin, Umfundo. Amazing guy. He's going to come to the show soon. I'm still organizing for him to come. I'd love for you guys to get his journey, because I've been part of that journey and he's one of the people I look up to. So I'm going to bring the journey for you guys. He said to me after the show as we were driving home, he calls me with this other name that I won't tell you guys. It's ours. It's a secret. But he said, dash. He said to me, you know what God does? God will give you a taste of what's coming. I'm like, a taste? What are you talking about? He's like, what happened here tonight where you were nominated for an award and you came to the show and you saw someone get what you want in front of you. That didn't happen in vain. That was God saying, this is what I have for you in the future. I do have awards for you in the future. I was just giving you a taste. And then that made me think of the fact that in my life, in my couple of years of living, you don't need to know my age. In my couple of years of living, I have driven cars that I'd say are my dream cars. They were not mine by any chance. Hey, you can't afford those cars right now. They were not mine, but somehow I've driven those cars. And I was like, this guy is right. That was God giving me a taste. Oh, my boy, I know you want to buy a BMW one day. I know it's your dream car. I know you want to buy a Range Rover one day. So let me give you a taste. Let me give you an opportunity to drive one. Oh, it was like a fitting room. Got me in there and I'm like, yeah, man, I've always seen this car from the outside. And I'm like, but I want that car. And then now he gives me the opportunity to be inside. And then I'm like, yeah, I want it. That was God giving me a taste. We often don't appreciate those moments. We break down, and I'm not saying it's wrong. It's okay to break down sometimes. You're given a taste, but you don't get what you wanted and you break down. It's okay, but don't give up. That was a taste. That was God telling you. It was a trailer. You know, when you're going to watch a movie, you get a trailer. Yes, that was your trailer. When you were booked, if you have a business and your business was booked to go to this certain event at this certain mansion, and you're like, this is the kind of mansion that I want. If you go there with the mentality that, hey, there's people there, are they doing much better than me? There's no way I'm gonna get there. You're losing the plot. That's not what you're supposed to do. When you get there, that's where you look and you say, okay, you know what? AME TV, I'm gonna put it there when I own this house. That's what you're supposed to do in those moments. God is giving you a preview. God is giving you the opportunity to plan that, okay, the day I get it, ibhedi is over par, TV is over par, fish tank is over. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So one of the reasons why we sort of feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or I'm behind in this life, is because we can't see the true blessings that are in front of us. We can't see those things. We can't see the fact that you are being given this taste, but this is what this thing feels like. Do I want it or not? And if you want it bad enough, and if you want it hard enough, you're going to say, okay, I've stepped foot into this house, and this is the house I want to buy. Now you have something to work towards. Now you know what the inside of that house looks like. Now you know that I'm working towards something. Whenever you feel like, okay, I am tired, I don't want to go today, I don't want to open the business today, I don't want to go sell today, I don't want to go to the show today, I don't want to go to work today. And then you get a picture of that car you were inside, and you're like, but there's my reason to do it. So that's where we sort of lose the plot right there. That's why I want us to reflect. Tell me, where are you in your journey of life right now? Where are you? And look at where you've been, and then take those two, and then you'll know where you're going. Every room that you've ever been in, that was a sign of where you're going. I remember I'm one person who grew up without confidence. I think a lot of people know that about me, especially people I've went to primary school with and the beginning of high school. Me, confidence, man's in the oil. Didn't have confidence. I remember there was somebody who was asking me, but in real life, you're very shy. How are you a broadcaster? I'm like, look, as soon as there's a camera in front of me and there's a mic, I don't know what happens, but I just go off. I don't know what it is. So the reason why I'm telling you this is, I remember there was a time where I was on Daily Dispatch, like different newspapers, different magazines, different radio stations. Even before I was on radio, I was doing interviews and I was getting invites to places I never thought I'd be in. And then all of that went quiet. Then I realized that, you know what? That was my preview. That you do have the potential to get these things. You've seen that you can get them. Now it's time for you to work for bigger things. Somebody else could have taken that as, okay, I've fallen off. Think I'm done. Great. I'm not going to do anything else anymore. But for me, it's a matter of I wake up in the morning and I'm like, boy, does not matter if you're tired. Does not matter if you had a bad day yesterday. But you know where you've been. You know where you are right now. Therefore, you know where you're going. You can always go back to being that guy. You've been that guy once, you can go back. Guys, it's normal in your life to have a dry season. Just like it is in this life thing. These seasons, they change all the time. Seasons change all the time. Another season, there's rain, it's beautiful. Another one, it's cold, it's yakala. It's okay. There are times in your life when you have to just calm down. And life will force you to calm down. And when that happens, that's when now you have to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, sharp, I've seen what I can be. Let's sharpen the plan now. Let's go again. How can we get it? What are we going to do? What's the next step? That's one thing that's very important in this life thing. So never take it for granted where you've been in this life. You need to always appreciate where you've been in this life. And you need not forget where you see English, English, you need not forget. But yeah, don't forget where you've been. Really don't. It plays a huge role in where you're going. That's why when I still stayed in Quickney, if you you'll just see all those posters there newspapers, whatever, because that is a driving force for me to say, look where you can be. How serious? Go back there. And the beautiful thing about this life is you can start over. You know, a lot of us think you can't start over. A lot of people think, okay, sharp, I've taken a hit. It's over. No, you can start. The beautiful thing about this life is you can have 10 years where you just ruined your own life. You did all the wrong things, you had all the wrong habits, you were hanging around with the wrong people, you were making bad decisions. But once you realize that, okay, look, Otiam, we took a wrong turn here and here and here, let's regroup. Life gives chances. Life will always give you a second chance. That's the beautiful thing about this life thing. And every day you're actually given a second chance. Every day of your life, you're given a second chance. You are given 8 hours to go and do it right. Then after like 8 hours, you go home and you regroup and you say, okay, how did we miss it? Other people is 12 hours. Just saying, I'm doing a 9 to 5, so I'm used to 8 hours now. Other people is 12 hours, given 12 hours to go do your thing. Barely 12 hours, and then like, okay, sharp out. What did we miss? What did we get right? How did we get it right? And then you say, okay, sharp, tomorrow we start again. Tomorrow is a fresh start. You have another chance to do things over. You have another chance to do everything that you were planning to do. And it does not mean you will not make mistakes. We have this thing of punishing ourselves when we make mistakes. And the crazy thing is nobody else punishes you but yourself. You ever noticed that, actually? You ever noticed how you are the first person to notice your own flaws and your own mistakes, and you are the first person to crucify yourself before anybody else does? I know this thing where if you have an insecurity, either about your outfit that day or whatever it is, but there's something that you're insecure about, you'll be the first person to talk about it. Because in your mind, other people are looking at it. That time, Tina, we didn't even notice that unomfinya. Yeah, we did it. You here telling us, hey, I flew, man. We didn't even notice that. We were just admiring you and the work that you're doing. And then we only notice it when you mention it, that, oh, okay, I know, sharp, now it's squatting. So now we're only seeing it. So we are the people who are sort of causing the damage to ourselves. We judge ourselves and then we think, okay, that's what the other people are doing. Guys, busy life. People are minding their own business. Nobody's looking at you and judging you. They really not. I have Altiam, we used to go to the gym back in the day, and he didn't like going to the gym when the gym is busy. And I was like, why? He's like, no, I feel like people are looking at me. And I'm like, if only you knew that everybody who's there has a dream body that they want to achieve. And the whole time, they think you're looking at them because they don't have that dream body, not knowing that you're looking at them because you're admiring their body that they have because it's your dream body. People are not going out to judge you. People are looking at you and they are complimenting you. It's just that they won't say it to your face. But people will look at you and say, man, I love how you dressed. And then the whole time, you're just like, ish, but I don't feel good. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the work that you're doing. I actually appreciate the people who reach out and they say, Mfetu, we do see what you're doing with the show and we love it. I appreciate you guys very much. You know, Abanyabano, they don't do that. And I'm not saying they have to do that, but it does feel good when somebody's like, hey, listen, we see what you're doing and we like it. It makes you realize that people are not criticizing you. Because I'm the only person, when the show is over, I switch the camera off, I switch the mic off, and I'm like, I made a mistake here and there and there. And the whole time, nobody noticed that. I remember I used to, almost after every show, I'd speak to my mom, like, ish, I did this there, and I don't feel good about it. And she's like, we didn't even notice that. We were just listening to what you were saying and the way you were saying it, and we were just enjoying and loving that. And that's what this life thing is. People are not judging you. You're holding yourself back because you're thinking people are judging. People are not judging you. People are judging themselves. They're not judging you. Now, when you're busy judging yourself, now how about they judging themselves? It's the same thing with me. I'm judging myself. And then I think, yeah, I know they're judging me. They're not. They're really not. I want you to take this week and say, listen, I am going to work like no one is watching. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you have a business, tell yourself now that the next 5 days, I'm just giving you Monday until Friday, the next 5 days, I am going to pretend like no one is watching. I'm going to walk like no one is watching. And then just see how that changes your life. It's one of the most amazing things ever. It changes your life in the most amazing way. And we always say, but maybe people, but one thing about me, those who know me, they know I love shades. I'm a big fan of shades. And because I used to be insecure about what people think, I wouldn't wear my shades when I want to, because I'm like, people will start saying that I'm fana. Why so low fagizas? Until somebody actually said, I've always seen you with izaza and eliakhlala. But I'm like, oh. So people are actually looking at me and they're saying, we see that you love shades and we see that your shades look good. And from that day onwards, I'm going to show you. I'll show you. Next weekend, I'll show you Lazarus. It's those little things that make you happy. Knowing that, okay, listen, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it for me. And it's making me happy. As long as it's not harming anybody, go ahead and do it, man. Stop holding yourself back. This life thing is a beautiful thing. I've realized that life is a beautiful thing. Inner peace and inner happiness, those things are beautiful. Those things are amazing. I used to live a life where I'd be afraid of being openly happy and openly at peace, because there was this thing where if you too happy out of the blue, bad news are coming. Man, I took that out of my head. I'm like, listen, this thing is going to limit me and my happiness. I'm happy. Life is good. I am where I am supposed to be. I am where I used to dream of being at some point. And that's just that. That's where you are as well. Stop taking things that you have for granted. Stop taking yourself for granted. Stop taking your life for granted. You're doing good. Yes, there are mistakes. Yes, there are bad days. It's okay. That's what makes it this life thing. You're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna mess up. Look, listen, let me tell you something. You're doing this life thing for the first time. It doesn't have a manual, this thing. You can't go to there's driving school for driving. You can't go to living school for living. You can't. You're doing this thing for the first time. You've never done it before. You're trying to figure it out. You'll mess up somewhere, somehow. And it's fine. It's not the end of the world. As long as you wake up in the morning, open your eyes, both of those eyes can see. You can speak. You can get up. You can walk. You can do things. The things that you love and the things that you enjoy doing. That's it. You don't need anything else after that. You honestly don't need anything else after that. Stop knocking yourself down. Really stop knocking yourself down. Otherwise, I really hope you guys are going to have a good week. I just wanted to come here and start off your week on a good note. Start off the week on a positive note. And everything that's happening in this life thing, it's okay. It's not your fault, by the way. It's really not your fault. I always say this thing to people that Mamela Otiam, you don't even know how you got into this life thing. You don't know. It just happened. Poof, you were there. You didn't apply to be here. It wasn't your choice to say, okay, sharp, now I want to go there. I want to be alive. That's why I'll Lila on your first day on earth, because you're just like, what is happening? Where am I? Right? And now what makes you think you can figure this whole thing out? You can't. You really can't. You can't have a perfect life. You really cannot do that. Don't do that to yourself. Really don't do that to yourself, man. You've figured your way around this life. You've achieved so much in this life without having a manual, without learning this thing anyway. You were able to figure it out. It's like a child when they're learning to walk. At some point, they're going to fall, but it does not mean they won't know how to walk. You're going to fall. It's fine. The most important thing is you getting up. Just get up. Get up, dust yourself off, and say, look, you're rough. I know, but it's fine. We're going to get there. And one thing I love about this show is, as I'm speaking here and just speaking, I know I'm not alone. I know you guys are listening. That's what I love. I know the message goes out to you guys and you guys receive it. And speaking of that, we have 2 comments that are here. Avelam Teach. Guys. Those who don't know Avelam Teach, she one of the most amazing people I've known in this life thing. And she is one of the best people with craft, one of the best broadcasters I've ever seen. She does Level Up on Saturdays. I miss you, man. I really miss you. I miss Saturdays with you guys here in the studio. I really miss you guys. And then Usbu, the only bachelor in town. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amazing broadcaster as well. Amazing broadcaster. We have an amazing team, man, here at KNR. We really have an amazing team, and we are blessed to have you guys with us. We're honestly blessed to have you guys with us, because the work that we do, it wouldn't be what it is without you guys having to just listen to what we have to say, adding your inputs to what we have to say. So it doesn't go unnoticed. We love you, appreciate you as a station. We genuinely appreciate you guys as a station. You've seen us grow, man, and we've grown with you. And I'm looking forward to where we're going together. And Tina, we are at your service. Whenever you need us, just go on YouTube, go on Facebook, switch on there when it says live, and then you just get us. We're there. And one last thing I want to say to you guys before I go. We have this thing of trying to break generational curses. It's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. I love the fact that people are trying to break generational curses. But I'll tell you one thing. When you're fighting generational curses, be ready for war, because they fight back and they don't fight fair. They fight those ones. They don't want to be broken. Generational curses don't want to be broken. They want to continue cursing and cursing and cursing and cursing. So if you tell yourself that, listen, I'm going to break all the generational curses in my family, be ready for war, be ready for a dirty war. And I'll tell you one thing. If you're still trying to impress the generation that is cursed, you are very far from breaking the generational curses, my friend. My name is Asanda Makaka, the modern clever himself. Unchengile umsuthu. Ihlube lihle noba lihlambanga. Abunaqhala kodwa lihlambile namhlanje. I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Peace and love.
The World Wide Web is our home.